Hello, good evening, and welcome to day 2 of the Big County Birdwatch 2022. How you doing, Steve?
Ask me on Monday night.
I mean, we haven't seen each other for what, 50, 60 minutes, something in that region?
I'm missing you already, darling.
Oh my goodness. No, it's been a really good day. And once again, thank you to everyone who's come along today to the walks. All 3 walks. We had 3 walks today. Fantastic. And thank you all for watching us, if you're watching us. And if you're not, thank you, Steve, for listening to me, which is quite nice.
You know what, Matt? I mean, our viewing numbers were quite good last night, considering it was the first night of the Strictly show, and England were playing football.
Were they?
But of course,
I heard they played pretty badly and lost.
To be fair, we were a much better option, to be honest, rather than watching England.
Yeah, you're guaranteed a win with the Essex Birdwatching Society. There you go.
Exactly. Brilliant. Yeah. And of course, tonight, Strictly's back on again tonight. So,
yes,
if you're watching Strictly, switch it off, record it, and watch us instead.
Definitely. Guarantee. I managed to avoid the telly. I kind of came through to the computer. I heard Strictly, but I avoided it. But I probably will kind of catch up with it later on because it's actually quite good. But yeah. Sweet. Anyway, where have we been? Where did we start today?
Oh, well, we had another early start. Matt picked me up at 6 o'clock this morning, and we headed for the obligatory breakfast stop. Although we did frequent a different branch of that so-called fast food chain, and we didn't get any photographs of that today.
Well, probably we were both quite hungry, so we kind of ate it too quickly, and then we realised we hadn't taken a picture of it. So sorry to disappoint, but there are no McDonald's pictures today. Other burger establishments are, of course, available.
So we headed down to East Tilbury first. So our first walk of the day was at Rainham Marshes at 9:30. So we had a little bit of time beforehand. So we were discussing this after the show last night, that East Tilbury had a really good day yesterday with Paul Wood had been, Stephen and Elaine Swinney, various people had been to Tilbury, and it was some really good birds there. And we felt, as we were only 25 minutes away, that we couldn't resist it. So we were there, not quite at first light, but soon afterwards. And we spent a good hour or so. Yeah. We had a good power walk. We had burnt off a couple of calories, and we headed down straight to the scrape, where we were. There was a few waders and bits and bobs, weren't there? It's we had
our first Canada goose of the weekend, which was an exciting moment. I can tell you that was really good.
I think at one point we punched the air with excitement.
We did, yes.
Canada goose.
Canada goose. But we also had, what else do we have? We went down there for, let me tell you my side of the story. We went there for 3 particular birds, which were seen yesterday. They've been hanging around there for a little while. So we get down there and I'm scanning and Steve's scanning and we can't see them. And so we walked along a little bit more and did the same thing and couldn't see them. And then there's some local birders up in the distance. And because we're on a time scale, I said to Steve, look, let's just go and ask where they are. But I know that Steve, like me normally, wanted to find them himself. So he said, I'm just going to have one more look. And he went like this. And he said, got them. And I said, where? And he said, over there below the yellow boxy thing. And I'm like, I can't see anything. I've just got grass. Yeah. And then I got the scope set up and I still couldn't see anything. And then I eventually picked them out as well. And we had 3 stone curlews. Yay. Excellent. So we had them. And I think we've got a picture somewhere, haven't we?
Do you want to... or should I go? Have a look.
You can go first. You've got all 3, I think, haven't you?
Can you enable screen sharing, Matt?
Oh, yes, you came back in. Yes.
I had a few technical issues earlier this evening.
If halfway through the broadcast Steve starts talking like a Smurf, it's nothing personal. He had a really weird thing go wrong with his microphone just before we started. And he literally started talking like this, which was quite funny. So if it happens again, we're going to stick with it and you can all have a really good laugh. So yeah, go on then. You should be sharing now.
Okay, mate. So yeah, here we go. So hopefully you can see this lovely shot.
Yeah.
If I just zoom in just a little tiny bit. So we've got 1 stone curlew off to the left of the screen, 1 to the right of the screen, and 1 just hiding here. but they were
Okay.
amazingly camouflage.
Well, that's the thing. If you zoom that out again, go back to normal, and then imagine that photograph. I mean, that's zoomed and that's cropped.
Yeah.
So imagine that like much, 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 much smaller. And then imagine looking at it through binoculars and trying to find those birds.
Yeah.
So to be fair, well done. Yeah, you did really well picking them out. Very good. And what else do we have down there?
So so while we were there, we had a little stint that Matt picked out in flight, high over the scrape, which again, well done to you, Matt. That was really good. What else do we have? There was
Yellow-legged gull.
Yellow-legged gull was new,
Yep.
and then we happened to start walking back, and I happened to glance at my phone, and I had a missed call, which I've no idea why my phone was on silent, but never mind. And it was from Pete Merchant, who was one of the observers up the far end. So there was Pete Merchant, Paul Wood, and Paul Hawkins. So all local birders to Tilbury, and they just found a pectoral sandpiper. So I ran Pete back. We Matt and I hot-footed it, or sort of hot-footed it down there. And as we just got to them, we watched it fly off, and we heard it calling, and we had quite a good view in flight, and it flew off and off and off and off, and never seen again.
Well, for a second, to be fair, I thought it had come back and flown in, and then we got on the bird that flew in, and it was a rough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was still nice to see. But the peck, even in flight, that peck stand, you could see that breastband, couldn't you? It was really clear. So,
really good views.
Very good.
And Paul Wood was saying that it was the second record for Tilbury this year. So, and it's a really good. It was a patch tick for him. So he was very, very happy. So
Really nice.
And then we headed off to Rainham for the day.
We did, yeah. And we had a few people at Rainham, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We had 19 people turned up.
Yeah, I think there was 19 people. I've got a picture of some of them. So I very sneakily asked everyone to pose for a group photo. It's not quite everyone, to be fair. There were some people kind of gone ahead and behind, but yeah, there's quite a few of us just there and enjoying. The sun came out, didn't it? Which was nice. Yeah,
it was really nice. Yeah, lovely and warm it was in the sunshine, and we were joined by a lovely group of people. And Mrs. Swinney joined us. Yes, yeah, second from the left. There you go. There's Elaine there. Yep, she snuck in while Steve was working, unfortunately. But so it was lovely to see her, and we got some nice group of people there. Definitely. Before I drop this picture off as well, I just want to point out, so you've got young Alex Acott, second from the right, standing next to you, Steve. Yep. You've got Ben Mapp through the back with his father, just over Steve Wilkinson's shoulder. And then on the left-hand side, we've got a young gentleman from Bishop Stortford, I think he said he was from. And his name's Rich. We didn't get his surname, but we'll be talking about him a bit later on. So stay tuned. Yeah. So, lovely weather. We saw some nice birds. We had, what do we have? We had a couple of cattle egrets, which were nice. What else do we have? Curlew sandpipers. Yep, a couple of curlew sandpipers out on the estuary, on the river. We had bearded tit. Picked up bearded tit calling, and then it dropped in, didn't it? It dropped into the corner of a little sort of patch in the reeds, and then rather bizarrely, I've not seen them do this before, but I know they do, because they eat quite a lot of grit, don't they? But it dropped onto the ground and it was just pecking away, presumably at grit. I don't know. Some fallen seed or... But it was a lovely male bird, and we got some nice views of that, albeit through reeds and grass, so it was a little bit difficult to pick out, but that was good. What else do we have? Windchat. Windchat. Stonechat. Wheatear. So that was really good. And we kind of we sort of left there a little bit. Well, we weren't late, but we on my schedule that Steve showed everyone last night, we were due to leave there at 11:45, and I think we left at about 12 o'clock, didn't we? So we were a little bit behind schedule, but we made up some time. We had quite a good run through to Wallasey, and today we managed to remember to bring some sandwiches, which was good. So we actually had some lunch as well, and then got to wallasey about 1 o'clock, I think, just after couple of minutes after. We were about 1 minute late. So and we had 18 people at Wallasey, which was really good. So again, thanks to everyone for turning up. And what did we have there? So yes, I've got some more pictures to show from Wallasey this afternoon. So we just visit the stone curlews. Nice Cataligra. So this is the group shot from Wallasey with a rubbish photograph.
Cool.
So here we are watching wind chat. So here we are watching. There's a wind chat on the seawall there at Wallasey. And again, the weather was amazing today. So yeah, we saw that. And here is said wind chat.
Oh, lovely.
On the bench, and a wheat ear. So
oh, nice.
Nice wheat ear. Just it's behaving itself. That's not going in that conservation area.
Yes.
So it's good to see that the wheat ears at Wallasey are well behaved.
It can obviously read.
That's a mouth. It's a mouthful, isn't it? The wheat ears at Wallasey are well behaved. It's like one of those tongue twister things.
Oh my goodness!
But you can tell we've had no sleep.
Yeah, no sleep at all. I've got some pictures actually as well. Let me just pop pictures up really quick. I've got 4 pictures. That's all. 4 pictures to share from the day. I'm going to do them all in one go, so they're done. That's my massively cropped zoom of a single stone curlew there. So yeah, I just it's their yellow eyes, isn't it? I think that's what everyone loves.
Yeah, the big
from a distance you can pick out the white streaking on the wings. That's kind of what you're looking for. If you're scanning for a stone curlew in grass, they really do blend in. But if you can pick out the white streaks, you're halfway there. And then obviously when you get a view, this eye is just crazy. It's really good. Stone chat, which was at Tilbury as well, actually, I think.
That's nice.
Yeah, the sun was behind us and it kind of sat up quite nicely. So posed quite well for the camera. And then that's my attempt at the wind chat. I think yours is a bit better because mine decided to turn away.
Yeah, I do take a lot.
And then that's the wheat ear, which we had near the new hide in the middle of the reserve. So we walked through to the new hide, and we saw some stuff on the way, didn't we? We saw the wheat ears, wind chat, stone chat, and then inside the hide, you picked out a couple of really tall egrets, didn't you?
Did, yes, which happened to be great white egrets, which which was nice to see actually, because we're so used to seeing them at Abberton, but away from Abberton, they're still not particularly common. So, yeah, 2 of those. But then I think the bird of the afternoon.
Oh, well, we're going to come back to young Rich, aren't we? We
are. So, so young Rich from Bishop Stortford. And if you're watching this, Rich, send us a message with your surname. We forgot to ask. So, but yeah, he picked out a raptor in the distance at Wallasey. And it disappeared in cover for a few seconds, and up it came, and was a cracking ringtail hen harrier. So really good spot that was. So bird of the day goes to him on our walks.
Definitely. So we've had a couple of really good bird of the days, because obviously yesterday was the peck sand at Holland, by Nick Weston, and today Rich with the hen harrier. So who is going to find what tomorrow?
And we've got a busy day tomorrow as well. So
we have, we'll come to that shortly.
That later.
Yes, we weren't the only people. In fact, actually, at Wallasey, one thing I just wanted to say, I couldn't believe the amount of. I mean, there was quite a few marsh harriers, but kestrels. I don't think I've ever seen so many kestrels in one day.
No, there are maybe dozen birds in the air when you did a 360-degree. Maybe more. I mean, they were just
they were everywhere.
Literally everywhere. Yeah.
Really nice. Yeah. But we weren't the only people leading a walk today, were we? So we had the society chair, who's Jerry Johnson, and he's about to join us, hopefully. Here we go.
Here he is.
This works. Hopefully you won't sound like a Smurf, Jerry. Do you sound like a Smurf?
He's on mute. Hopefully he won't be on mute.
He doesn't sound like anything if he's on mute. You're still on mute.
You're still on mute, Jerry.
Hang on, I'll ask him to. Oh, there we go. Yep. Hey, that's better. Hello.
Good. Hello there. How's everyone?
Yep, good.
Good days. Good days.
I think so. Can't really remember, to be fair.
Ask us on Monday.
Ask us on Monday. Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah.
You out next week, Steve, by any chance, or are you having a rest?
No, I'll be sleeping. I'm going to be like a bear. I'm going to hibernate for a few days.
Good. Recover.
Jerry, you were leading a walk at Hanningfield this morning.
Yes, we had a fabulous walk at Hanningfield. Good attendance, and we had a walk round. Nothing unusual, shall we say, but some regular sightings of some good wildfowl, some waders, a couple of raptors. We had hen harrier, we had common buzzard, waders included a lovely ruff, sandpiper, and then some of the smaller stuff we had chiff chaff. In a glade, we were looking up to see whether we could see goldcrest, which we did eventually see, but hawk in the skies, we had a couple of swallows and a couple of house martins, which was nice to see, to say the least. Yeah,
lovely.
yeah,
And it's a really nice reserve down there as well. I mean, the walk through the woods is always good, isn't it?
very good. Yeah,
and they cater for families as well. And then the hides, particularly, I think, I don't know what it's called, but the further one along, you get a really nice view of the spit with all the gold and things. So that's always quite good.
Four nice hides there, actually going right the way through. And today being weekend, it was nice to see families there with young children taking an interest in the reserve and the wildlife. And because a couple of people sort of stopped us and said, what's happening? Because there was a group of us and we explained, and some other visitors, and they were all very pleasant, to say the least. So a good day. Yeah. Fine weather conditions, nice and warm amongst the trees and that. So I think everybody enjoyed themselves. We had some new people joining us for the first time, some new visitors who were members, and new visitors who weren't members. And certainly they proposed to come along to some of the indoor meetings. So look forward to seeing them, and thank everybody for coming along, and hopefully you're fully recovered and might even come out and see some of the other sites tomorrow with us.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And the guys down at EWT are down at the visitor centre there. They were really good to us, weren't they?
They were. When I went along to put up a poster about the event, they'd already put one up, and it was there as you went in the entrance, straight in front of you. So it was for all to see, and it wasn't with anything else. Thank you very much to the staff there. It's much appreciated. And after we finished the walk, we went back and enjoyed their hospitality of lovely cakes and coffee. So,
Lucky you.
Don't start Steve talking about cake, because he was even though we were running late, I could see him looking at the cafe part at Raynham, because we normally pop in there and get a cake or a pasty or something, don't we? So,
rude not to, isn't it, when you're there, basically? So.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, that's really good. Sorry, go on.
Didn't make it for cakes then?
No.
Oh, well, make up for it. Yeah.
Definitely at Fingering Hoe. Going to sample their cakes at Fingering Hoe, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's really good. But I'm glad that people turned up and you had a really good day. And the weather, to be fair, we were a little bit unsure, because it kind of, we thought it might be windy, we thought it might be rainy, and it was actually really quite nice, wasn't it?
Was very pleasant. I think that helped. We had 18 people there with us today.
Excellent.
And a total of 40 species seen by the group. So that was quite favourable. And some notable, things that we didn't see, but we will catch up with those later in the weekend.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you're coming to Fingering Hoe tomorrow, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I belong to Fingering Hoe, and we have the display stand there with Pete Dwyer, membership secretary, and others. So we'll be there to hand out bits and pieces. Badges will be on sale there. I haven't got a badge on tonight, actually. But
actually, I haven't.
Right, no. Mind you, to be fair, with this top, no one would notice it, I don't think.
But, we look forward to another super day there with the EWT staff, and thank them for allowing us to be there with them.
Yeah, definitely. So anyone watching, if you or your friends or family want to go along to Fingering Hoe tomorrow, whether you're members, which is brilliant, or if you're not members, you can go along. You can have a great day's bird watching. You can then join the society on our stand and come away as members with a badge and all sorts of things. So, come along and have a great day, hopefully.
And if you join,
you will have a great day. Sorry.
And if you join as well, it lasts you for the last couple of months of this year and all the 12 months for next year. So, bonus, just for the princely sum of
£16.
Rude not to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Right. Thanks, Jerry. Okay. We're going to carry on, and we may see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll see you in the flesh tomorrow anyway. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Take care.
Excellent.
Right.
Thanks,
Take
Jerry.
care. Cheers,
Cheers.
Jerry.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's good. Excellent.
Yeah,
So you had a
sounded
good
like
day at.
they did really well today because we drove home. We drove up from Wallasey on the way home, not too far from Hanningfield, and it was raining this evening, wasn't it? It was grey and cold, and
Yep.
So it sounded like Jerry had a really good day. Lucky with the weather.
No, superb. Right, we've got some pictures to share. So first of all, we have David L. Smith. And I think him and his friend Adrian Watt went up to the store. And I don't really know where to show this picture, to be fair, because I'm actually a little bit jealous because I've not had this bird in Essex yet this year. So I'm hoping that we can find one tomorrow. But yeah, there you go.
Oh,
A
nice.
rather lovely osprey.
Nice young bird. Yep, lovely.
So how do we tell that's a young bird?
No,
Is it kind of the sort of barring under the wings and
the barring on the underwings? Got that lovely sort of buffy tones underwings. Really, again, we were saying like yesterday that really smart looking birds this time of year. The young ones.
They just look fresh, don't they?
They look fresh. Yeah, the adults tend to be a bit raggedy because they've been bringing up young and all that for the last few months. But the juveniles are really crisp, and yes, like you say.
So David made a point on his email of saying that this is definitely an Essex bird because it was originally seen over the Splodge. So if you don't know the area, the Splodge is just south of the river, so it's definitely in Essex. And you got a couple of pictures of it. And then we've got a picture of a mallard.
Nice picture of a mallard. And what's that? Is that a Walker's cheese and onion packet flying past? Oh no, it's a kingfisher. Oh, okay. Yeah.
A kingfisher photobombing the mallard picture. So there you go. That's very nice.
Nice.
And we also had a large flock of black-tailed godwits. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else in there actually. I can't see. And if Terry's watching, no, I'm not going to count them. But I might do afterwards actually. But yeah, that's quite a nice flock, isn't it? They're to be fair, the Stour is a really good place for the blackwits and not over the winter. It's internationally important for them, in fact, and they're starting to come in good numbers. So that's nice to see. And was that the osprey? Oh no, I think he said he might have had a second osprey. He's not sure, so he's going to look at the marking. Possibly. Difficult to tell, but and then it landed on a mast of a boat. So whoever owns this boat is very lucky.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like that.
And then he also had lots of starlings on the telegraph wires. I don't know why they sit on telegraph wires. I presume it's kind of they can huddle together for safety and warmth and so on. But yeah, there you go.
I like that. That's a nice shot, that is.
Yeah, nice pictures. So thanks for those, David. And we've got some more. Have you got anything from anyone?
Well, we've got quite a few comments on YouTube tonight, Matt. So Les Malloy is asking, is anyone out there? But obviously the people are, because there are quite a few of us watching tonight.
I think that might be because we did start a couple of minutes late because you turned into a Smurf, didn't you? So
yeah, I had to log out and back in, and never mind. Yeah, Steve Squinney said we were cheeky poachers for coming down.
Oh, I'd say we would like just kind of using our initiative and taking advantage of the fact that we were just down the road, and we were also piggybacking off of your fantastic birding yesterday. So yeah, exactly. You just made it easy for us, really.
Yeah, we just turned up and ticked the stuff that was already there. Yeah. So yeah, it's
a bit like when a raptor catches the prey and then another one swoops in and grabs it. So yeah. No, but thank you for posting all the stuff yesterday, and
that was great.
Really, it's to be fair, I said it yesterday. It's a brilliant area, actually, absolutely brilliant, and that new scrape is looking superb. So yeah, great.
Steve's also just commented that there's 96 species seen at East Tilbury so far. So I think I'm not sure. We'll have a look later in a little while whether it's leading the best site in the county.
Okay.
I think it might be a close run with another one or two, but we'll see.
Okay.
Neil Sumner, who's the editor of the Bird Report, is watching as well.
Excellent. Hi, Neil.
He said that England weren't worth watching last night, and his wife is watching Strictly, and he said thanks very much to the inventor of headphones. So
Oh, what I want to know is who's watching, who's wearing the headphones though? Is he wearing them or is his wife wearing them?
I think he'll be wearing them
Oh,
somehow.
okay, all right.
I've got a funny feeling, to be honest, Matt. Paul Everett, good evening, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
He's asking, was my picture of the stone curlew digi-scoped or through my camera? It was through my camera. So yeah, really pleased with the quality, and I cropped that quite a lot. So yeah, very pleased with that. What else have we got? Do you want to do any? Have you got your? Can you see the comments there as well, or?
Well, yeah, no, I've got some stuff that people have actually sent in on email, which is really nice.
Okay.
So first of all, one that came in yesterday, in fact, and I promised by reply that we would definitely read it out last night, and then I completely forgot to do so. So this is from Brian Combs. This is yesterday morning at 5:15. He was woken in Walton on the Naze by a male tawny owl calling. He wrote on here, a lovely way to wake up, albeit a little early. He rarely hears them there, but that's twice in the last few weeks. So that's quite nice.
Colonising, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've had tawny owl once at the Naze. You know, the bit where you come up the slope and you've got the trees on the left. They're just in there calling. So yeah, no, good bird for in there. And we've also had Paul Brayshaw. So hi, Paul, if you're watching. And he sent in an email and got a couple of pictures as well. So he said, sea watching today was perhaps expectedly a quiet affair after Steve's predictions last night. That said, there was good variety, albeit in small numbers. So gannet, bartail godwit, kittiwake, razorbill, plus a small group of harbour porpoise offshore this afternoon. The main diurnal migration interest was heavy immigration of meadow pipits, with 490 noted, along with a few alba and grey wagtails. So alba wagtails are pied wagtails or white wagtails. Rock pipit, chaffinch, siskin, reed bunting, etc. Raptors were obviously following or seeking migrants, with kestrel, merlin and peregrine noted coming in off the sea. Plus buzzard and marsh harrier over the back garden. That's quite nice.
Good. Good.
Two highlights, a yellow-browed warbler, which seemingly dropped from the sky into a small sycamore in front of the shelter around dawn, coinciding with a decent fall of at least 17 chiffchaff, 2 stonechat and a single goldcrest, blackcap, lesser whitethroat and spotted flycatcher, all of which headed off inland or south. He also had a group of 7 spoonbill, and he actually made a note on here. The spoonbill were seen at East Lane Bordsey at 8:18. So they took 22 minutes to cover 14 miles, which is an average speed of 38 miles an hour with a decent headwind.
Wow.
And that compares to a flock of 13 on the 6th of October 21, which took 31 minutes to make the same journey with a headwind, not a tailwind. And that was at 27 miles an hour. So in other words, if the wind's behind them, they get there quicker. But it's actually what fascinates me, and we were talking to Paul briefly yesterday about this. Paul keeps meticulous records on everything. And I think he's done it before for us. He can put up spreadsheets and graphs and charts and incredible. So yeah, we might talk to Paul in the future, I think, about that.
We might have him on as a special guest on one show.
And he also sent a couple of pictures very quickly, and these are his what did he call them? I think his watch points. Sorry, I thought he was going to call them something a little bit grander. Hold on. I'm going to call this the Frinton Bird Observation Place. I don't know.
How about a bird observatory?
That's a good, great idea. Yeah. Let's call it that. The Frinton Bird Observatory. Okay, right. So there we go. And it's literally, there's a shelter on the front, and he sits down and puts his scope there and watches and spends time doing it. And, he picks up this amazing stuff. And then this is the view from his house. So again, I'm not too jealous. So yeah, he can literally just walk out the balcony and sit down with a cup of coffee and a clicker and watch away. So there you go. That's how he does it.
That's fantastic. That is. So we've got a couple more comments on YouTube. So the last couple of days, because there's been some good birds seen on our walks, Matt has awarded best bird of the day to so Rich, who we mentioned earlier with the hen harrier, won today's bird of the day, which gets a little pin badge. And yesterday Matt awarded Nick Weston bird of the day with the pectoral sandpiper at Holland Haven. But it seems there's a bit of like family rivalry going on. So Nick's cousin Les Malloy is probably, well, I don't know what the word jealous. I don't know really. It's so Nick Les's message. He said, "Nice that you have an award. Nice that you awarded Bird of the Day to a beginner like Nick." It keeps him inspired.
Brilliant.
So come on, Les. You need to come out and find something good as well. So
come along to Fingery Hoe and earn a badge. That's what you got to do.
Exactly. Yep.
Mm. You know, and then if you come to Abberton on Monday and find something, you could get 2 badges. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing else fails. Just make it up. I mean, that's
We've got one more picture that was sent in, and this was sent in by Alex Gammon. And it is, let's have a look. I think it's quite a lot of Brent geese. So
nice.
Rather a large number of Brent geese. And I can't remember where he said that was taken. I will find out in a second and share that with everyone. So I think that's everything that's been sent in. So thank you for things that have been sent in. I'll check the emails in a minute and see if there's anything else.
So yeah, we've got a few more. Steve Hallam says, good evening, Steve. Thanks for watching. He's just logged in to our YouTube channel and he said, can he watch what he missed later?
Yes, the live stream should still work after the event. I haven't killed it. And what we're going to do after the weekend is finished, I'm just going to edit together all 4 nights really quickly and just put them on there as one thing. I'll put the time of each night in. So if you do miss a night, you'll be able to go to the time and watch that evening if you want to afterwards. So that'll be up at some point next week. And Alex Gammon saw the Brents off the eastern tip of Two Tree Island. So obviously we're going there on Monday
morning.
Yep.
We'll be there.
So we've got lots of Brent geese to look forward to. Had an email from Michael Rumsby. Hello from the Rumsbys. So hello, Rumsbys.
Good evening, Rumsbys.
Ben and Mike have been out all day, and the highlight was Goosander at Abberton. That's quite early. That's good.
Really good.
And he's finished the day on 99, which is superb. And Ben is on 109 for the weekend so far. So bear in mind, he's been at school for kind of most of the day yesterday. That's pretty impressive.
Sterling effort, I have to say. Sterling
Very
effort.
good. Well done.
And you know, yeah, it's just nice to see the young birders out and about.
Yeah.
You know, that's really, really good to see.
Anything else on the messages at all?
Yep. So Vince Briggs, good evening, Vince. He's coming to Bowers Marsh tomorrow. Should be great. Okay. So Neil looks forward to having him along. Les, there you go. Les is he managed a couple of hours at Fingering Hoe today.
Oh, good.
No sign of the osprey today, but he had nice red kite over Geedon Marsh. So
okay, good.
Hopefully it will hang around tomorrow. Maybe the osprey's just gone off up to Mistley for the day and it will come back. So
okay. And we've had 4 more quick pictures sent in. David Elspeth has sent a few more pictures very quickly. Can you see that one?
Yep.
Yep, it's got some widgeon.
Nice.
Looking rather stunningly colourful in the sun. And a little egret. And then we've got a jackdaw with some Nordic tendencies. So it's just got a little bit of so the Nordic jackdaw's got like lighter coloration on the scaps and on the back of the bird. And the white collar, which this hasn't got like a mega white collar, but yeah, probably a little bit of Nordic in there, I reckon, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Pretty good. So thanks, David. Right. So weather. Are we talking about the weather for tomorrow?
So my prediction for yesterday obviously was so impressive. I don't think I'll bother really, to be honest, for tomorrow. So yeah, my what's the word? Forecast. That's the word. Was obviously for northeasterlies today, bringing lots of seabirds down the North Sea into the Thames estuary. And I think there was one Arctic skewer off Canvey today. So I think I'll give up weather forecasting, but I will share the weather and then you can all make of it.
Well, as long as you don't do a Michael Fish and we end up with like a gale force 10 or something tomorrow.
Oh, let's hope not. I've just got to find the weather now. I've just taken the app off. So, right, here we go.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to share a quick email. So Dougal Urquhart, who is on Mersey, he's one of the main guys on Mersey, and he sent us an email. Now, he's actually currently in northern France, having enjoyed watching the autumn passage down the French coast for the last 3 weeks. He's saying he'd normally take part in the Big Birdwatching or Big County Birdwatch, sorry, but he's not able to. However, he's had a productive visit today to the famous Marcanterre Bird Reserve at the mouth of the Somme. And he's put, despite drizzle, 70 species were logged, and he had purple heron, 7 spotted redshank, 16 little stints, 3 ruff, 100 spoonbill, 5 great white egrets, a hobby, marsh harrier, crested tit, 2 siskin, redstart, and kingfisher. And
Wow.
He's kindly sent in a couple of pictures. So we're not going to make a thing of this, to be fair, because this is obviously the Big County Birdwatch. But Dougal would normally take part, and obviously he can't. So he thought he'd just share some photographs with us, and hopefully, if mine work, where's that? Here we go. We've got the first one, and Steve's going to give us the identification on these in a split second. So there we go.
Can't wait. Spotted redshank.
Excellent. In winter plumage.
Yeah, it's nice bird, that is. Purple heron.
Lovely. And that's it.
Young bird. Oh, okay, cool. That's good.
Sorry, I only 2.
That's good. I can cope with 2. That's really good.
I should have downloaded some picture of a really obscure bird from the middle of nowhere.
So yeah, Vince just messaged in who's coming tomorrow on the Bowers Walk. He said he's just spotted an old speckled hen.
That sounds good.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Okay, so we got the weather.
So back to the weather. So here we go. So using the windy app that we used yesterday. So the wind is now swinging round to sort of northwesterly tomorrow. That means it'll probably be amazing for seabirds. Completely in the wrong direction, so it'll be amazing. So I've had to zoom in a little bit. So yeah, we've got northwesterlies tomorrow. So basically, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's going to be dry tomorrow. Sunny spells. Maybe good for raptors tomorrow. I think so. It's supposed to be turning colder during the week, so probably good chance to get things like hobby. Ospreys won't be hanging around for much longer now. And we've noticed the last few days still quite a few wing chats, wheatears. We had reed warbler this morning, didn't we, Matt?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So there's still quite a few sort of summer migrants around, but certainly with more of a northerly aspect to the wings, we certainly can see birds coming in from further north.
Yeah, and it's going to be a bit stronger wind tomorrow as well, by the looks of it, isn't it?
I don't know, actually. I think I looked earlier and it's going to be slightly lighter than this afternoon.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
So here's the wind gust. So I have no idea what that means. What's that mean? I'm just like doing stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's looking at 15 mile an hour tomorrow by the looks at the green.
Cool.
So
well, green's got to be good, hasn't it? Green's a good colour. So
green's a good colour. Red's not a good colour. So but I think tomorrow is probably the best day for the weather now for the weekend. Monday looks very unsettled, and much windier.
Okay.
But more on the weather tomorrow evening.
Hey, excellent. And talking about tomorrow, let's quickly share what's happening tomorrow. So there are lots of walks going on tomorrow.
Yeah,
we have got. Here we go.
I'm going to share the poster.
So what have we got?
So 9 o'clock, Mistley Walls with Mark Nowers from the RSPB, and you're joining him, Matt, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to be there and hopefully help him find some birds. Fingers crossed, and maybe that osprey will still be around. So who knows?
I think so. And again, we've got lunchtime tides tomorrow, sort of 12:30, sort of tides pretty much across the county. So again, all the places we're going to are potentially good when the tide's high. So yeah, Misty Walls at 9 o'clock, and then the society president Simon Wood is at Haybridge Pits at 9 o'clock. So he'll be having a walk round the gravel pits there, looking at the estuary. Really good for waders, and there's been some curlew sandpipers there in the last week. And again, that's a good place for raptors as well. So I'm sure Simon will have a good walk tomorrow, and hopefully he'll update us with his sightings, as will obviously Mark and Neil.
The handy thing about the Haybridge Pits as well, not only is it a fantastic site, but there's a car park literally right next door, isn't there?
So there is. Yeah, it's a pay and display car park, but the price is very, very low. And when you finish your walk with Simon, There is a nice tea room there, nice Wilkins, jam tea room. So I can well recommend the establishment. Very good food.
Stop! Don't think about cakes. Stop
I'm
it.
not thinking about cakes. And then at 9 o'clock, also tomorrow, Neil Sumner, so the editor of the Essex Bird Report, is leading a walk at RSPB Bowers Marsh. Again, another great reserve. If you've not been there before, well worth a visit tomorrow.
Oh, superb. You've got the kind of the sort of estuary bit, haven't you, over the back, and then you've got the scrape, which is just at this time of year. There could well be some good waders on there, couldn't there?
Yep. Well, yeah, and the scrub's good for warblers. So yeah, just a good all round place.
Nice easy car park there again.
Yep. So he'll be meeting at 9 o'clock in the car park there tomorrow, and then I'm at Fingering Hoe at 10:30 and 1:30. I'll be doing walks. So we'll be heading out probably out to the Margaret Hyde, to the intertidal area tomorrow, depending on numbers. If we've got big groups tomorrow, we may split into smaller groups. We'll play it by ear. But again, hopefully that osprey may come back tomorrow. And it's been good for things like green shank, curlew sandpiper there as well, the last week or two. And it's just a great reserve, and got refreshments as well and facilities. So yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. And I'm going to come along and join you in the afternoon for that one as well, which is good.
Yeah.
And for those of you, I've got asked a couple of times about the Mistley. So we're meeting tomorrow morning at the east end of the Walls. So the Walls is the big long road that runs just south of the Stour, kind of along Mistley. The east end, you've got Mistley Towers, and we're going to be meeting kind of towards that end of the Walls. So there'll be a group of birders. And if you are coming along to that one, just look out for us. But some brilliant walks tomorrow. Bowers is fantastic. Haybridge, fantastic. Fingering Hoe, obviously a brilliant site as well. So lots of places for people to go. There's no excuse not to go out birding tomorrow with us.
Of course, if you're under 25 and you fancy an afternoon birding, Matt Lonsdale, who's a BTO rep, and Alice, and I can't think of her surname.
I can't remember the surname.
Alice. They're both leading a walk tomorrow at Holland Haven at 2 p.m. So if you're under 25, or you know someone that's under 25 and a birder, go along. It'll be a great afternoon, and Matt and Alice will show you the delights of Holland Haven. There were some few birds there today, so hopefully they'll hang on till tomorrow.
Absolutely. I think they're meeting by the dipping pond. So if you go through the car park yellow entrance barrier, the dipping pond is literally on your left. And again, they'll be there. As Steve said, Matt's a young birder himself, and he's really, really good birder. His ears, eyesight, fantastic, and he knows what he's looking for. So anyone that wants to go along to that, you're guaranteed to find some good stuff out there.
We just had a message from Neil Sumner. A local birder, Richard Evans, is helping Neil out tomorrow. So thanks, Richard, for helping Neil out. That's much appreciated.
Excellent. Right, have we got anything else in the messages?
Well, yeah, nothing from me so far. I mean, obviously, today's been pretty quiet within the county. I have to be honest with you. South of the county has been very quiet, apart from the birds we've seen. We've sort of covered pretty much most of the south of the county. There was a few bits at Abberton today, weren't there, Matt? Yeah,
I mean, first of all, at the Nays, Brian Combs had a spoonbill, which is a good bird for the Nays. That dropped in, I think, early on in the day. Also peregrine and a couple of wheatear. Sean Minns at Abberton had 2 curlew sandpiper and 2 black-neck grebe. And Yvonne Watling, she had a red kite, 2 hobby and little stint. And then over at Holland Haven, you were mentioning earlier, Matt Lonsdale posted some sightings: 4 siskin, windchat, spotted flycatcher, 6 scoter, 3 gannets, and it sounds like there was quite a few other bits and pieces moving past as well. So definitely worth going for. And then obviously we had the osprey at the Splodge. I think Terry Graves reported that first of all. And then at Manningtree, James Davidson had 2 ravens circling around. So there's quite often Manningtree seen, raven in the Manningtree Mistley area. So always worth looking out for massive crows. And if you hear a loud cronky noise, which Steve's going to do an impression of any second now, then you know it's a raven. Superb.
Thank you.
Okay, right.
Wasn't like it.
That was nothing like it, no. I think that's about it, really. So yeah, we've got some good stuff tomorrow. Thank you everyone who sent things in. Please keep sending your sightings in. Please keep sending your photos in. ebwstalks@gmail.com. Please keep talking to us on the chat, because we do this for you guys, really. We enjoy doing it, but it's the feedback we get, and you guys like watching it, and we love seeing your photos and videos and bits and pieces. So please, let's keep it going, and keep the comments coming in.
Absolutely. And of course, Strictly's not on tomorrow night, so hopefully we'll get some viewers back tonight.
Yes.
Or tomorrow night.
We've had a few though.
Yeah, we've done all right today. So thanks for those who have messaged in tonight and watched. We do really appreciate it, and we hope to see as many of you tomorrow on our walks. And then hopefully we'll be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow night if we're still like in the land of the living.
And don't forget, everything to do with BCBW22 is on our website. So ebws.org.uk. Just go there. It's all on there. Sorry, go on, Steve.
It's this page, Matt. Status page.
Oh yes, right. Hang on a minute. Blimey.
So we're as professional as ever.
Oh, hold on. I should have done a spreadsheet, shouldn't I? Hang on.
You know what? If you'd done a spreadsheet, we'd have been spot on with timing. And also for those who are watching, we were back tonight 15 minutes early.
Although I would like to point out the show is now overrun by 20 minutes. So there you go. Right. So yeah, this is the website, ebws.org.uk. And once you've entered your sightings, you can go to the status page, which shows you how many entries there have been so far, how many locations have been birded. So we can see 23 locations birded, 132 species reported by everyone so far, which is good. Entries wise, this just tells you the individual sightings, and obviously we're not all up to date. Here we go. So I think I've put all mine on. I don't know if Ben has and Steve has and so on. If I just click that column again. See, I don't think Ben Rumsby's had a chance to put his sightings on there yet, but you can see what people have seen. You can see how many locations they've visited. You can see that's why me and Steve are so tired, because we've been to 10 locations so far in 2 days, which is pretty good. You can look at the locations, so you can see which areas have been birded and how many species. And the best site so far is still East Tilbury. There you go. So congratulations to all the guys down there who do all the fantastic birding. So it's all on the website, ebws.org.uk. All the information is on there. The sightings page is on there as well, so you can record your bits and pieces, and all the info on the walks, which you're more than welcome to come along. And as Steve said, it would be great to join you. So I think that is it now.
Fantastic. So we apologise if you've overrun. Mind you, probably Strictly's finished now, so who cares? So
I'm going to watch the boxing now. So yeah.
We'll enjoy the boxing, Matt, and I look forward to seeing you at about lunchtime tomorrow.
Yep.
Enjoy a bit of a lay-in tomorrow morning.
Thank you, and you.
I will do. I'm looking forward to going to bed, I'll tell you that.
And hopefully everyone watching will either be with us or birding tomorrow and finding some really good stuff in the county. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you all soon.
Fabulous. Yep. Good night, evening, everybody.